Hello, I'm John Furrier, host of theCUBE. We're in New York City here in the Meatpacking District. We're here for Life Calling's kickoff of Notes to Humanity. Lily Zhao's here. She is the founder of Life Story Club. Lily, you are an entrepreneur. You're doing some really cool things. John Mack, who's going to come on next, he's put this initiative together, this global program. They're celebrating over a week's long exhibit behind us. It's amazing. We're going to get into that with him. But your story is interesting. You have the Life Story Club. Let's talk about what you're doing. Give us a quick overview of what you guys do, when it was started, what was the origination story?
Sure. Thank you so much, John. And we're so excited, Life Story Club, so excited to be one of John Mack's changemaker organizations. Life Story Club, we exist because there is a huge loneliness epidemic facing older people. So I started it to combat loneliness. It was born out of my volunteer work. So it's interesting that John Mack is trying to, preserve humanity in the digital age. My background is actually as a data scientist in tech. And what I really found truly meaningful was my volunteer work at different nursing homes and senior centers. Yeah. So, basically I was going around New York City and volunteering at different places. And I would bring, a couple of different prompt questions to older people at these nursing homes. So it could be anything from, what did you discover you're good at? Yeah. What did you get in trouble for when you were young? And, basically these groups of people that I would bring together, we were creating these amazing spaces where people were sharing their life stories, their personal life stories, and building these incredible connections. So I just leaned in. I, quit my data science job and made it
slinging Python code to help changing the lives of older, adults that grow old. I mean, I find that story. Was there anything on the data science side that pointed you there? It was just more of a random change.
It was actually again a personal story. I think impact is always personal. And so my family's Chinese, and I grew up far from my grandparents, and so I think I was always needing that older support and wisdom, and so that's why I was at all these nursing homes. But it was actually a big family Legacies story that sparked it. So my dad grew up during the Cultural Revolution in China, and anyone who was landowning or educated was persecuted. And so my dad's father, my grandfather, basically cut off all contact with his family, and we do a whole pilgrimage trip where we reconnect with our family, and we discover we have a family tree book that dates back to the 1600s.
Wow.
And so, at the back of this book, there's all these stories of different family members, what they contributed. So I thought, okay, this is incredible, and I need to bring this to all the older people in my life.
And the preservation and the nice tie into John Mack is this Notes to Humanity has kind of got this digital archive vibe too. It's like the voices that are coming in are kind of a digital archive. And that's what got my attention on the whole program. It's like, because I think about AGI, I'm like, AGI needs reasoning, needs better humanity in the algorithms, right? So love that story. The other thing that's interesting too, I love about that story is that a lot of these stories just don't get told because either people kind of like are busy and then they forget to write it down or get an archive, that archiving of the story. And you got ancestry, that's more of a mechanism. It's not like, I can see a family tree.
That's right.
It's not really like personal.
Right.
So that's cool. Now let's talk about loneliness, because one of the things I like about the vibe around humanity and digital age and the exhibit here is you've got these different areas, nature, self-reflection, and interacting with others, but it's really about connections. And so what are you finding with the loneliness thing that you see that you're solving that kind of changes the game? Is it just being part of something? Is it the belonging? Is it like the connection? Is it just the activity?
Yeah.
Is it just the sharing of the stories, reliving memories? What's the thread? What's the pattern that you guys see emerging when you do this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd love to just start with the scale of the problem and just talk about loneliness as an epidemic. It is now considered the new smoking. It's as damaging as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So, the health effects are serious, right? It's about, it increases your risk for depression, dementia, heart disease, and all these things. And so, the flip side of loneliness is social connection. It's actually the sense of feeling belonging to a certain group, and having being a part of something greater. And so I think that's where Life Story Club is particularly unique, right? Because we are, organizing all these intimate social clubs where older adults feel seen, valued, heard, and part of a greater movement. And this is what I love about John Mack's work too. It's about reinvigorating the culture of connection, the movement of bringing people together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a change that's happening certainly from a world standpoint, but the human in the loop, as they say, as digital kind of goes to the next level. I mean, it is going next level. We see all the AI advancements, for example. People are either scared, they don't know how to relate to it. So I love that human angle. Talk about the life story. You mentioned spaces. Explain how it works.
Yeah.
Then I want to get into some of the things that you guys are doing specifically, and then we can unpack those. But what is Life Story doing? The mission is great. What specifically, how do you describe it when someone says, hey, what are you doing, Lily? How's it work?
Yeah, definitely. So Life Story Club, we serve all older people, but we prioritize older people who are most at risk for loneliness. So these are older people who might be living with chronic health conditions, disability, live alone, come from low income and immigrant communities where language barriers and all sorts of barriers are preventing them from accessing community. And so I think what's great about how we work is we are at the same time very local, but the universality of storytelling makes it completely, adaptable to any community. So we because our audience is mostly homebound, we organize these weekly social clubs. Mostly over Zoom or over the phone. So it can be just 10 older people all over the phone, giant audio conference. What we typically have is a younger person who facilitates that club. And so, not only is it a space for older people to feel seen, but it's a space where that younger facilitator can just benefit from all the wisdom and lived experience of older people. It's kind of like having your own elder council. And so, they meet every week and it's an ongoing community of support. We still organize it by neighborhood. So geographical.
So these are the spaces you're talking about, right?
Yeah, it's a virtual space, but we still organize everybody, by neighborhood so that after they form these relationships, we bring them together in person.
So it's not like a meetup. They have to go physically, walk there. They might have a hard time getting around.
It's accessible, exactly. But there's nothing that replaces human touch, in-person connection. So we still bring them in person.
The loneliness thing, not just a side tangent, is I was doing a conference a couple of years ago. It was Amazon Remars, was like cloud meets kind of like, industrial equipment, like manufacturing and robotics. And this one entrepreneur had a robot he built for, because he's a robotics nerd. And I'm like, this is really cool technology. It's got AI in it, it's all cool stuff, IoT devices. And they'll get all nerdy and everything. But I go, so how do you, what's your business plan? He goes, actually, our number one use case right now is loneliness. Because for people living alone, the robot moves around and has a personality. And so he found that they did a study in the UK, and that people who had the robots were so much more happier.
Right.
Because it was just something that they could relate to. They weren't by themselves.
That's right.
Self-reflecting all the time.
That's right. And there's 24 hours in a day, right?
Yeah.
So you can feel lonely throughout the whole day, chronic loneliness. And so having any, support at night, all these things, is improving your life.
So how do people get involved? Explain how things are going, where you guys are now, the progress of, you started during the pandemic. We talked before we came on camera. Where are you now? What's the status? And how do people get involved?
Yeah, definitely. So we are based in New York City, and so we now serve all 5 boroughs of New York City. And of course, we want to bring our model further and wider. But New York City is, New York State has the 4th largest population of older people, and a lot of older adults who are more at risk. One of the other ways that we are unique is the way we work, right? If you just, if you're healthy, if you're outgoing, you can find community, you can get out there, right? But if you are chronically lonely and more, disadvantaged or, suffering from different health issues, just building something and hoping they'll come is not going to happen. So we try to build that pathway to community by working with other community-based organizations, health systems, who, through our Story RX program, where doctors, nurses, social workers they can refer their members and patients who are feeling lonely. So we're reaching.
So your channel is through people who have interfacing relationship with the people involved.
Exactly. For example, like City Meals on Wheels, who are nourishing our homebound older adults. They serve, thousands of older adults across the city. But connection is what nourishes the soul, and so we're partnering together to help these older people.
If people want to get involved, what's it take? Is there like people can lean in 100%? Is there a way to get involved? What do you guys need?
Yeah.
Put a plug in for some of the things you're doing and how people could get involved.
Yes. So connection and aging touches everyone, right? We all have an older adult in our lives. It could be parents, grandparents, ourselves. We're all aging,
Me.
right? And
Me.
and so we
I'm out and about though.
Yeah, you're outgoing.
Yeah, I have a problem being out there. No, but is there an age limit? Do you see, or is that arbitrary? Is it
It's
more
a bit
on
arbitrary.
the environmental
It's arbitrary. We typically say 60 plus, but we got younger people who are facilitating these clubs, right? And they feel
so
like
it's
they're old
really their
souls.
environment and their circumstance defines means loneliness. It's like,
Right.
okay, so getting involved, website.
Website, you can go visit lifestoryclub.org. We take self-referrals. If you know of an older adult in your life who needs a little bit of support.
And in New York right now.
In New York
So
right now.
only Metro New York area.
Yeah.
Jersey, or like how far do you?
Yeah, metro area. We do have a partnership with Cleveland Clinic in Ohio, more research-based. However, we absolutely need to be able to bring this to more people. And so what's really exciting about this year in particular is we are going to build a train the trainer and a volunteer program where we can have more younger people trained as facilitators and take this to their local communities. This is something.
So if I wanted to volunteer and get involved and say, hey, I'm in Brooklyn or I'm in Queens or wherever, I'm in Manhattan or wherever, can I volunteer and just boot up a group, or how do I fit into the machinery of the value chain?
Yeah. Come contact us, come contact the team. We would love to, talk about how we can match, a younger volunteer with a group of older adults that we're working with, right? Because we have a pretty vast network with all the social service organizations and health systems that we partner with. And so we will find,
Lily, great mission. Love what you're doing. I love how you're prototyping, getting the system going. Is there any examples and successes that you could share, or cool things that have happened that you could share as an example of, wow, this actually happened, we did this, and just it could be a weird thing, it could be a great thing, it's a surprise, a delight. Talk about some of the outcomes.
Yeah, definitely. I've been doing this since my volunteer days, right? And so it's incredible to see, we still have older adults who have been with me for 5 years or longer, and it's just wonderful to see them. And we did have this one group that was started during COVID, all over the phone, right? So they've been talking, and older adults who couldn't leave their house even around 2020,
they know how to
late
use the phone.
2021, 2022, right? And so they were just on the phone for years, meeting up weekly over for 2 years. And then we brought them finally together after the vaccine came out, et cetera. And so they came and they met, just at our, office locally. And it was incredible. Just, they're saying, oh my gosh, I've heard this voice for, all of your voices for over 2 years, and now I'm seeing your face, right? And that was just so magical for me and made it so tangible.
The phone brings up a good point. Like a lot of the older, maybe some of the senior citizens that are over 60, don't have a tech background. So how do you guys look at that piece? Is there any best practices around the interface, phone, video? What are some of the interaction points?
Definitely. We wanted to be as backwards compatible as possible, and we actually won a Zoom Innovation Award for our work in this area. And so, for older adults who don't know how to use Zoom and come on video, basically what we do is we kind of old school operator style, we'll call them and patch them in to an audio conference so that you don't have to dial,
Yeah.
meeting codes, pound, people have numbness, arthritis in their hands. They can't, people who are visually impaired, like this is just, super accessible for them. And we make it easy to just pick up the phone.
We get these invites on the calendars. It's like there's 5 different clicks you can click for information, all the numbers, and then dial in. It's like
50 links. Yeah.
Well, it's great that you're making it easy. Any final word you want to say in terms of what you guys hope to accomplish this year?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, I just want to say aging touches us all, and care doesn't have an expiry date. And so what we absolutely need to do is think about human connection, but human connection for older people in particular. Please, reach out to us if you want to bring Life Story Club to your community, to your city. Contact us at lifestoryclub.org, and we are so excited to be a part of this movement.
One more thing I want to bring up, because I was on the website before you came on, and the Life Story Library, people can record stories.
Yes.
So in your example of going back to your legacy and looking at the stories, can people just record their story and just saying to preserve their stuff? Is that something that you guys do too? Or
I do that personally. I will record stories with my grandparents, right? And all of this is, it's just a life's mission for me. And so I encourage you absolutely. If you got a, voice recorder, go do it with your family, et cetera. It's just such a touching experience. For our Life Story Library, it's typically each club will record together. So it's still a social experience.
It's like a podcast.
Yeah, they have their own podcast. They have their own blog, right? It's all on the Life Story Library.
It's very communal too, and it's very kind of creates the connections.
Absolutely.
Lily, thank you so much for coming on here in New York City for the Life Calling kind of kickoff of Notes to Humanity. I'm John Furrier, host of theCUBE. Thanks for watching.